And we cut across to more breaking news coming in. India will now know what downed Air India Flight 171. In fact, the Air India crash probe report that is already ready. The preliminary probe finding on the deadliest crash. That is now out. Air India crash probe report that has already been handed over to the government. We're learning that it's a two-page report on answers that India has been waiting for to what led to that deadly Ahmedabad crash. The black box that had been retrieved, the data that holds the real crash clue, and a report that has now been made and handed over to the government. Let me cut across to Amit Bhardwaj, joining us on the phone line with further details. Amit, when will the findings of the report be made public? Because several angles were doing the rounds, whether it was a technical snag, whether there was a sabotage angle to it, and the country awaits answers.
There was a big question as to what is happening with the investigation, because ever since that first press conference that Minister of Civil Aviation had held along with the top officials of the MOCA, there was no word as to how this particular investigation is going on. Yes, we did kept on breaking the news, but this is the latest breaking on India Today. Top sources have exclusively told India Today that a first report by AIB has been already prepared. This report has been prepared taking into consideration the initial probe of AI 171 crash that happened in Ahmedabad on June 12th, in which 241 who were on board died. And along with that, the civilians who were living in the complex where that crash happened, they had died as well. So what we are given to understand to our top sources is that the report has been prepared. It is most likely a two-page report that has been prepared, and it has been handed over to the concerned authorities, which means the Ministry of Civil Aviation authorities and the concerned departments have been also apprised about it. Now, these officials must be going through the details of that particular report, and India has been waiting for, as you also mentioned, the questions, as to why this crash happened. So, possibly based on the initial probe and the details that have come from the ground, as well as the way the black box data has been downloaded, it was being analyzed. So there could be a light in that aspect as well. What we were also told through our sources is that NTSB along with AIB is already working on the analysis of the data that has been downloaded from the black box as well as the CVR of AI 171 that crashed in Ahmedabad. So there are more questions as to whether the report will reflect findings from the analysis of the black box as well, or is it too early to move towards that angle? But certainly the ministry and the departments have been apprised and handed over this particular two-page report. We are being told by the top sources, and what we are also given to understand that this week itself there could be some light coming out of the tunnel in terms that the indications as to what could be the details of this report could be also shared by the ministry and kept in the public domain. But what we can certainly tell our viewers on India Today is that top sources told India Today exclusively it's a AIB report, likely a two-pager report. The details will be based on the initial probe and the investigation that has been carried out by AIB in assistance with the domain expert agencies such as NTSB, which is an American investigation agency which has domain expertise in this kind of accidents, as well as other authorities who were international experts who were roped in for this particular probe. And what we can certainly tell our viewers at this point in time is that certain details from this particular report could be also made public this week itself. Back to you.
All right, we wait and watch when that happens. Amit, I want to thank you for getting us these latest details.